Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop. I'm at Ballet West Academy today, and I'm with someone very special today. Can you tell me a little bit more about your disability here?
Well, I was born as a right arm amputee.
How long have you been dancing?
Since I was 3. Well, I think when I was little, I didn't notice it as like a difference, and I kind of just enjoyed dancing and it didn't bother me at all that I was different. And then as I got older, I kind of got more self-conscious about it. And then over time, just as I've progressed as a dancer, I've become more confident in myself.
Everything in ballet is very symmetrical.
Yeah.
So how do you balance yourself? Because I know that it's kind of throws you off a little bit, right?
Well, I feel like I've never worn a prosthetic as like most amputees do, just because my shoulder's not like full, so I can't. So if I were to wear one, it'd be like super heavy.
Got it.
And that would just like make me lean even more. I think dancing actually helped my posture.
Really?
Because I was so like aware of how my body was that I wasn't like tilting or anything because of like the less weight on my right side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you hold on to the bar and everything?
When I was younger, I could hold the bar with my right arm because I was shorter, and then as I got taller, I guess I sometimes would like grab this across, and then my dance teacher thought that wasn't good, obviously, because I'm like twisting all the time.
Yeah.
And then my dad made a bar for me that like extended upwards so I could like hold it as well. And it's been really helpful.
Like when you go up on Pointe, it's like a new challenge because you have to learn how to rebalance all over again, and partnering must be difficult as well. Because we're not used to seeing someone like this in ballet, like professionally, it's like you're discovering and blazing the road for like the rest of the dancers that have that. So that's really cool. Let's talk about your Pointe shoes. How long have you been on Pointe?
Since I was 12, so 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you like Pointe work?
I love it. I just feel like more pretty when I dance, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's it's a little frustrating because like if my shoes aren't like, I don't know, cooperative or but I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's really cool. What are some of the challenges that you face going on Pointe?
I don't think about anything like balance-wise, just because I feel like I am so like aware of where my weight is all the time.
Do you think that helped you a little bit?
Yeah.
Because you're just so aware of it all the time? That's really cool.
Yeah, teachers have always told me that I use my back really well, like especially turning, because I can't like use both my arms, so I like found a different way to,
Yeah, because a lot of dancers, they actually use your arm as a crutch to do certain turns and everything. So because you can't rely on that, you must have really great posture. Wow. Okay, and do you always wear the same Pointe shoe?
I've always worn Miracles by Grishko. I have a pair of 2007s as well.
Okay, so
These are fairly good.
do you sew these yourself?
Yeah.
How do you sew them?
Well, I have like a little pin, so I like pin the ribbon where I want it, and then I just hold it and stuff. So
that's very cool.
Because I can't like hold it and stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
How long does it take you to sew your Pointe shoes?
Well, at first it took me like 2 hours. Now I think about like an hour, and then like an hour to darn them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a difference between your left and your right foot?
Yeah, my left foot's smaller.
Yeah.
So that's why I have like these little heel grips.
Got it.
Yeah.
So everyone has a slight difference between their left and their right. You can either add like a heel grip, or you can even do 2 different sizes, because there's no left or right in Pointe shoes. So if you wanted it to be perfect, you can actually have 2 different types of Pointe shoes and then just swap them, because there's no left or right.
I used to not wear toe pads, and then when I started wearing them, I changed sizes.
Yeah, of course. Toe pads make a really big difference. It could be like an entire sizing difference. So depending on what you have inside your Pointe shoes, it might be a completely different shoe that you need. Let's try. Go ahead and put that on for me. Are you having any issues with your Pointe shoes?
I feel like sometimes when I jump, they feel like they're too big.
Okay.
Like I get like more space, but then when I just do like releves, they feel fine.
So does your shoes feel tighter after class or looser after class?
Looser.
Okay, so you can have 2 different things. Like some people's feet shrink when you dance, and some people's feet swell when they dance. So in Olivia's case, your feet shrink. So that means that your feet are different sizes from the beginning of class to the end. If you figure that out, then you can actually switch off your shoes throughout the day. So you can say like, at the beginning of the day, my feet are the biggest, I'm wearing this size, and then if you have a long rehearsal, whatever, you can go to a smaller size after that, or add more padding or add a liner or something to make it fit a little bit better. When you do your jumps, do you feel like your feet are moving inside your shoes?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And like the heel's like gonna fall off or something.
Plie? Is it pressing anywhere?
No.
Okay, good. Straighten. Bring your left foot up on point. Okay, press up on both feet. Okay, and this is the 6.5 4X. Okay, Borain's fifth position. I do see a slight twisting on the left here. Is that one of the issues?
I think, yeah, I've always noticed that.
In the size 6, 5X, does it twist a little bit less?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still does twist.
Yeah. The reason why people twist in their point shoes is because your feet are not symmetrical and your point shoes are. So it's trying to get the shoes as close to your foot shape as possible will help with the twisting. Sometimes when you go to a shorter length with a wider width, it does help as well, but you have to make sure that your toes are not pressing. Can you go into wide second position? Grand plie. Is it pressing anywhere?
No.
Okay, good. Fifth position, and then beret. Good. So do you feel like your feet are moving around in your point shoes right now?
Just on the left one.
Just on the left, yeah. So because her feet are the biggest right now, her feet are not moving around too much. But if you notice that your feet start to shrink after class and you start to feel a lot of movement, you can add what's called a liner, or you can add a spacer between your toes if you don't twist too much. Now the downside to that is that if you're already twisting in your point shoes, and if you put a spacer on there, it might twist more. She rotates between a couple different shoes. She wears a 6.5 4X or a 6 5X. So the X's mean the widths. If you go usually a little bit wider, your foot can sit a little bit straighter. So that's where the twisting goes off a little bit. And then if we aren't moving around too much, then we can always just add a liner. So you can definitely do different things throughout the day to make your shoes fit a little bit better. And Olivia's case, I think it's going to be as simple as just adding something into her shoe after the first class. So this fits a little bit tighter, right?
Yeah.
So when you wear the shorter, wider shoe, do you feel like your big toe's pressing?
No. I don't, it's interesting to me how like they both feel different, but they both feel good. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So this is actually a really good trick when your shoes are back ordered too. You can play with the different sizes. It is quite possible that you could go to a smaller, wider shoe or a bigger, narrower. Step up onto point. It is twisting a little bit less.
Okay.
Yeah, so she might still twist in a lot of shoes. I see some professionals that twist in their point shoes too, so sometimes your foot shape doesn't allow for the shoe to sit completely straight, but it's more of an annoyance than anything. It's not dangerous if your shoes are fitted properly. So those are a couple of the tips that you can do. If you twist, then try a different shape or try different size and width. And if your feet shrink, then you can add something to your shoe, or you can start out with something if your feet swell, and then you can take the liner out throughout the class to make the shoes fit a little bit better. So pay attention to if your shoes feel looser or tighter after class, and you'll figure out if your feet shrink or not. And it depends on the day of the week too. I'm sure if you had classes all week long and if you have tons of rehearsal, if you're in Nutcracker season, your feet are also different than different seasons. I'm gonna link all of Olivia's social on this video, so you can go follow her as well. She's just gorgeous, and she's going to YGP New York this year, hopefully. Yeah. So with her ensemble team with Ballet West Academy. So look out for that as well, and I will see you guys later.